Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight. I am joined by a couple wonderful gentlemen. We have Colonel Julian Urquidez, formerly of Trigger Empire and related to the whole shenanigans we just talked to a couple days ago, and John Kalashkamaz decided to come on as well to kind of give a different perspective on all of it. So before we get going, these guys are going to tell their story, all the ins and outs of what happened with Alex and all this sort of fun stuff. I do want to say that Alex directly reached out to me and offered to come on the show Monday night because he's busy this weekend, but he wanted to personally come on and give his side Monday night. And then I was put in contact with Colonel Julian today, decided to come on. Great to have you here and to give your side of everything. I think everybody's excited to actually learn more truth about what happened in this scenario with Trigger Empire and the fail to pay you guys, the investors, as well as machinists, as well as vendors, and all the other things that Alex has said, gone back on, and some of the lawsuits that are also happening. So I think this should be a good stream. So with that out of the way, Colonel, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit and go from there with your intro to experience with Alex.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, thanks so much, John, for having me on, and appreciate John, for allowing this to happen. Both Johns. Um, yeah, but bottom line is this. I've spent the past 28 years of my life, defending the Constitution of the United States. I love the opportunity to be able to do that, and made a living with firearms. I've served in conventional Army units, special mission units, task forces that are numbered. And for you that know what that is, you know what it is. I've been a Bushman. I've been in third Battalion, 3rd SF Group. So bottom line is this: I met Alex at a gun show in San Marcos, Texas. I love to hunt elk, and to be quite frank, I needed 7 PRC ammunition, like I told Kalesh. And so I went there to buy ammunition. Found a team from Trigger Empire selling these pretty cool little gadgets for ARs. Bought one and thought it was pretty neat. It worked really well on my AR. And I said, hey, I recognized that the booth was probably the least quality booth. However, their product was nice. To be frank, it worked really well. So I'd called and said, hey, do you looking for investors? How do we do this? And about 2 weeks later, I got a call from Alex and says, hey, we're not really looking to expand in the AR market, but I'm bringing out an AK trigger if you're interested. I said, matter of fact, I'd love to see it. And that's kind of how we met, literally at a gun show in San Marcos, Texas, I think somewhere around the August timeframe as I was preparing for elk season. Fast
so
forward.
Very recently. Very
Oh,
recently.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I met him. I didn't know him beforehand. Happened over a product that I thought was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I do the research, and I guess someone else owns the patent to what he was selling at
Yeah.
blame it on me. I'm just going to tell you, did I buy it? Yes, sir, I did. Did I install it? Yes, sir, I did. Does it work? Yes, sir, it does. Come to find out, we'll follow along the whole yes, sir deal. Well, yes, sir, someone else owns the patent to it, unfortunately. So I've removed them from my firearms, but they do work. Long story short, I was like, okay, well, let me see this AK trigger, and sure enough, him and Jesus showed me the trigger, and bottom line, it worked great. And I was super impressed. Matter of fact, I was so impressed, I set up the very first demo of the trigger out at Holly Gun Range with a really good friend of mine, Jesse Snyder, that owns Holly Gun Range out in Gatesville, Texas, and had some really great support. GHG Hustle, Real Rambo J was out there, Hoodneck, Eastside Gibbons, and really just some teammates that were part of Jesse Snyder's team, if that means for out at Holly, and brought it all together for free for Alex. I saw a young man that looking to aspire, and absolutely, at the same time frame, I saw a great opportunity for me to be able to make some money and help this young man. And that's how we met. And that was the first instance of me seeing, influencers. I put the trigger in AKs, and influencers really enjoyed it. And it worked phenomenal, to be quite frank. Super proud that it worked so well. And then kind of from there, things just really started turning out to go wrong, if that makes sense.
So you had very little time with the company, all of 4 months essentially.
Before I can tell you this, I had probably, I don't know, less than 30 days before we go to TriggerCon. I got a call from on about September 13th. September 13th, or around September 13th, 14th, 15th, from Alex says, hey, you said you got some influence. I said, no, I do. I'm the director of global operations at Army Futures Command, and I can help you out. What do you want to do? I'd really like to get into TriggerCon. Have you ever heard of it? I had to be honest. I said, no, I haven't, but give me a few minutes and, I'll look it up. I looked it up. From there, I reached out to their director of operations, Troy Turner. Phenomenal man. Honestly, the entire Rainier Arms team has been phenomenal, to include the CEO, John Wong, and his kids. Terry Ing there has been great. The whole team. Bottom line is they let us in at TriggerCon. TriggerCon starts on the 25th. I'm calling less than 7 days ahead. They hear me out. Don't make me pay $3,000 immediately. Say, Colonel, no problem. If you think you got a product, do you stand behind it? I said, yes, sir, I do. I said, it works. Okay, no problem. 3 days later, I paid the $3,000 entry fee because Alex couldn't afford it, and that's okay. And I'll say this: I don't want anything bad to happen to Alex. I think he's a great young man. I do wish the best for him. Unfortunately, he started out on a path that isn't the greatest path. I do believe that he'll be successful sometime. He's just got to get his ethics, morals, moral compass straight because he is a smart gentleman. That being said, we get into TriggerCon. We get there. I show up 2 days in advance to get prepared there. They show up 20 hours late because for some reason he decided to rent a Tesla. Nothing against Tesla. It's a great vehicle. Teslas are great vehicles. Probably not the greatest vehicle to drive across Midwest America. But guess what? I've got plenty of Teslas in my neighborhood and they run great. And I tell you, Elon Musk has got it going on with regard to move us in the future. Bottom line, we get there. Mr. Wong's there, treats us great. Terry Yang, the purchaser, treats us great. Director of operations. And not only do they have us there, they put us right in the middle. So if you've been there before, there's usually 6 rows. We're right in the middle at row 3. And I mean in the middle. They've taken care of us.
Well, I was almost there. I've been to TriggerCon multiple times. I was almost there this year. So, but I had a lot of friends that were there that actually got to shoot the Trigger Empire, aka FRT. So I was almost there. I almost could have made a video on this product as well. So,
well, if you were there, I shot every single round. In other words, if you look at every video, I'm the guy behind everyone else shooting. I know I've ran more ranges than Alex. I know I've ran more ranges than Jesus. I mean, it doesn't because I've got this experience. No, I've been in the Army for 28 years. Okay. I mean, let's just be honest. There's a reason why. But yeah, the trigger worked great. I think we shot close to 3,200 rounds nonstop. Matter of fact, the trigger ran so well, we broke a bolt in one of the AKs, which is tough to do. Just, consistently firing and really had a good time. But that's kind of when things started. Day one, Alex showed up without ammunition, 5.56 ammunition. And I said, hey, I thought we talked about this, but it's okay. Rainier Firearms, once again, came to the rescue. They actually gave us credit for 1,000 rounds of 5.56. Actually, they gave us 2,000 rounds of 5.56 ball. We only needed 1,000, returned 1,000. And to date, Alex has yet to pay them the $487 that's still due to Mr. John Wong and Rainier Firearms. Now, I'll tell you this, myself and AJ will most likely end up paying it as we paid the majority of the bills at this point in time. I mean, AJ's owed somewhere in the realm of $75,000. I'm owed, $23,700. And neither one of us are, we're not dying to be upset. My lifestyle hasn't changed. AJ Velador's lifestyle hasn't changed. But Peter and Jackie's lifestyle out in Deeport, Texas, and Alfa Tactical, whom truthfully poured their heart and soul into helping Alex before I didn't meet Jackie and Peter until afterwards. But I'll tell you this, those two individuals really helped Alex out from the start. Help him with the design, with CNC machining. And if I say something wrong with machining, for all those out there machining, I'm not a machinist. I'm a trained operator, so I've never worked a CNC machine. And sometimes some of the teams like, hey, some of the words you're using are wrong. You can correct me and I'll take it. But I'll say this, Peter put a lot of emphasis in there. And because of Peter, he doesn't own the patent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I own the patent. I can send you the patent. When I say I own it, there's 3 people that own the patent. Jesus Guerrera, Julian Urquidez, and AJ Velador. Okay, that's who owns the patent to this trigger. And I've got the paperwork. Like I said, I can send it to you or we can post it. I really don't care. Bottom line is that.
Mm-hmm.
But we wouldn't be here without Peter. Point
Right.
blank.
Well, so can we let's back up a little bit, because I am interested in kind of the formation of the 3 of you that kind of owned the company.
Mm-hmm.
As if I remember correctly, it is you, Jesus, and the other gentleman,
AJ.
AJ, yes, who own collectively 33% each, 100%.
Of,
It's your
Trigger
company.
of Trigger Empire right now,
Mm-hmm.
which will be going to bed. When I say going to bed, it just needs to go away. It's so
Yeah.
negative. There's so much negative connotation to it. It was led. I mean, unfortunately, it's a great product, led the wrong way, marketed terribly. So, yes, sir.
Okay. And so was there an initial buy-in that all of you guys had to do for this?
Yeah. So, all of us came into 3 different ways. It starts off with Jesus owning 50% of the company and Alex owning 50% of the company. Jesus is a wonderful designer, right? And Alex is a young businessman. Neither one of them could raise the capital, and that's how myself and AJ come into the picture, if that makes sense, right?
Okay.
So AJ can bring capital. He's also manufactures around the globe, and myself, I can assist you in getting into different things, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I just keep my word. For example, you called me. Can I take a phone call? Yes, sir, I can. Can we go live? Yes, sir, I can. And I've kind of got a theme. If I tell you that I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, no, you've been extremely accommodating, because for those of you who don't know, we set this up in the last hour and a half or so, really.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. And so you, AJ, Jesus own the company. In the documents that I got sent for the actual lawsuit, let me see if I can bring this up real fast. I believe Jesus, he is really out of luck on how much money he spent, how much time he's put into it.
Unfortunately for Jesus, it's a really sad situation. When I say sad, Jesus is a hardworking man. Okay, the guy's really a hardworking person. Alex promised him the world, and had he had delivered, that'd have been awesome. Unfortunately, he never delivered, right? And so, Jesus was out close to 4 months of back rent, 3 months on his truck payment. Now, here's a hardworking person, right, that stopped working because Alex told him that he would compensate him, right? And he believed it, and he went to go do it, right? Well, that changed his lifestyle. It's the same thing, for Jackie and Peter. They're owed $9,100 still today that Alex will fail to pay them.
Well, so here's something that I am curious on. So Alex gets a lump sum from the investors. He was also taking money on the Trigger Empire website. I believe he took $33,000 in pre-orders. My question
Where's
is,
the money?
well, that's exactly what I was going to say.
The...
Where did the money go? Because we're talking essentially over $100,000 in total between investments and how much money he was given through customer orders, not to mention cash pre-orders at shows.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting, and maybe Alex can explain that, right? We had to freeze the bank accounts at Bank of America. We did everything we needed to do. I've got the documents. We finally froze the bank account at about $15,000 that were left, and so we froze the account. The last payment that would have went out of that account was $3,750 to pay Jesus for the month of December. He deserves to have a Christmas.
Well, if I remember correctly, he was promised $3,000 a month.
He was,
and in the 8 months that he worked, he never received a full payment.
That's correct.
Except for the last 3,700 that you guys paid out to him.
3750 is what AJ and I made sure that got paid out to him. And I've got the text messages, that I don't mind sharing. I'm just not looking to bash anybody where Alex wouldn't do it. And truthfully, AJ and I had to come in together to do it. We did it, and it was the right thing to do. Once again, any bill that's been paid, we really needed to come in and, use the word force. Except when I say that, I guess force over text messages like, hey, Alex, this needs to be done. I mean, this has been your partner since, months or, before I even knew you. I don't understand how you can look at somebody. I don't understand how you can order DoorDash, Uber Eats, go out to dinner, buy, new suits, living in a penthouse in New York City, and watch one of your business partners struggle to live.
So, because Jesus, who is the most damaged out of this, he has a young child, he has a wife, and he got, again, as we talked about, he got very far behind on his bills. Can you talk a little bit about Alex's spending? Because last time we had talked about it, there was some speculation as to whether or not he had rented a penthouse in New York.
No. He's rented he was paying rent in a rent house in New York City, which AJ had to help him out with, and AJ did. Hey, we're trying. Like I can tell you right now, AJ and I have helped Alex tremendously. We saw a young man that was aspiring. But go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying because at the core there is a good product.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody is behind.
Now, I would tell you this. Don't be fooled. And no one on this podcast or YouTube cast, whatever you call it, should be fooled. I wouldn't be here if the product was worthless. Neither would AJ. We're both businessmen, okay? And so I don't need anybody to be naive. Neither one of us are saints. You know what I do for a living. But the point is this. It's a phenomenal product. When we release this product at the end of February under a different company, under a different name, it will have been shot for about 30 days by multiple influencers, most likely yourself, the other John that's on the line, and everybody else that was promised triggers by Trigger Empire.
Okay, so you guys are going to take care of all of the back debts that Trigger Empire has.
No. We have. The only remaining debts now, since AJ and I have taken over the company with AJ, myself, and Jesus, are $487 to Rainier Firearms, which we will not pay. Right, and I have a phenomenal relationship with Mr. Wong. Matter of fact, John Wong is one of my mentors. He's the CEO of Rainier Arms, and he understands who owes him that money. If that makes sense. And then every other debt has been cleaned up, except for the debt of $9,100 that Alex owes Peter and Jackie in Deepport, Texas. And I believe that there are 65, and I could be wrong, 65 folks that paid, I think, $655 or $659 for some pre-orders. And I will tell you this, if you can get the list of 65, we will take care of all 65 of those individuals with triggers. I personally will make it happen.
Okay, that's really good to hear, because I believe there were 65 or 66 people who
If you find them and they show you one receipt, not me, show you, I'll believe you, and I'll make it happen. Yeah. Now remember, not before February 30th.
Sure.
Get any before February 30th. I can't help you. Everyone never knows I'm supposed to receive the first, not prototype, but actual out of a machine shop, built in the United States of America, machined here in Texas, January the 15th, which I personally will go out and shoot. I've got people lined up to go shoot, and we don't plan on releasing any of the February 30th. If we beat it, great, but I'm not promising anything before that. I'm not doing this in tomorrow, and I'm going to have 10,000 in the next week. And, we're not doing that at all. Those days are done. We don't operate that way. That's not what's going to happen. But if you get the list, or if you find out if any one of the 67 come to you, I will ensure they each receive their trigger.
Perfect. No, that's awesome. I will make that known to people.
No
and get that
cost,
spread around.
no shipping.
Perfect. Excellent. That's
Lifetime
incredibly
warranty
generous.
on all the components, point blank.
Sweet. Now, one question is the 9100 ode to Alpha Tactical Mars trigger. Do you have any plans for that specifically? Or is that like, talk to me about that?
I would tell you this, as long as things go well all the way up into June, if Alex hasn't paid them by June, I will personally write them a check for $10,000.
Okay. Perfect. Excellent.
And
Now,
here's
well, let's
here's the
talk.
thing, you'll know. Because guess what? Either the triggers are selling or the triggers aren't selling. The triggers are selling, we're making money, we're paying Peter and Jackie back, not $9,100, $10,000, because that's the interest they're owed.
Okay. Perfect. So the 10,000, that's fantastic because as we've talked about, like the trigger did win, I think, most
Innovative.
most innovative product at TriggerCon. Everybody that shot it loved it. You know, I think the biggest complaint is the price point of the AK trigger. Right.
We saw that too. Alex wanted to send it. He loves a great saying, let's get that money. I'm not really into let's get that money. I'm into let's protect the Second Amendment, right? And let's defend the Constitution of the United States. If we say made in the USA, let's mean what we say. The price of the trigger is going to be this. If you buy it off on my website, when I say my, and this is the way we work as owners, you're going to hear Jesus say, my company. You're going to hear me say, my company. You're going to hear AJ Velador say, my company, because we each own 33%. So if you hear that, it's all three of us. Does that make sense? It's the royal my. So someone's like, is it Urquidez, Velador, Guerrera? No, it's all of us. Okay. But that's the way we speak. So if we're in one room and three of us are speaking, that's what you're going to hear. All that being said, if you buy it off the website, you're going to buy it for $374. Why? AK-74. If you buy it from one of our distributors, you're going to buy it for $347.
Okay.
Point blank. That's the price. It's not $499, and it does come back with a component guarantee. So, for example, it's 5 components that go into this trigger assisted reset system. Let's say one of your parts, you shoot it enough and you wear it out. You take a picture, you DM it, you send us the tracking number, and we send you the exact same component right back.
Now, question about Alpha Tactical Mars trigger.
Yeah. Yep.
Are they still going to be allowed to sell the trigger that is technically under your patent, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, so here, remember this, the patent is patent pending. And as I've talked to Peter, patent pending means exactly that, right? The patent hasn't closed. It's still patent pending. So Peter and Jack, matter of fact, I was just with Peter and Jackie helping them sell triggers last weekend in Fort Worth. Matter of fact, I bought 5 candles from Jackie at the Fort Worth Gun Show. My buddy AJ Velador, business partner, was right there assisting them as well.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about the new structure of the company. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Texas Triggers.
Yes, sir. We're rebranding, and we will close all accounts with Trigger Empire, and that's what we'll look to do is close that out. And the new company will be called Texas Triggers. And we filed for our LLC. We've got it. All things are set up, and we're establishing the website. We've now, opened up the domain. Nothing's going to go live until after mid-January because I've had some really good mentors in the business. And bottom line, until I can touch all my components that come out of the machine shop, right, and I've put them in my AK and I know that I've got 1,000 of them in hand, we're not going to turn anything on. We're not taking pre-sales. We're not taking pre-orders. There's nothing until I go shoot it. And I know there's 1,000 of these in 1,000 cases. You won't see a website. You won't see an Instagram. You're not going to see anything. After I know that we have product that works, that's in a case, that's ready to mail, that's when all this will get turned on. And we can go right back on podcast. You'll have one in your hands. John will have one until my team of influencers that have trusted me, that have been behind me, through this entire ordeal I will all ensure that they have them before and have tested them and I've received feedback.
Okay. John, could you talk? You've done some consulting for Texas Triggers, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the company that's going to. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, really, where it came in is actually you got Moose here in the chat. He's actually the one that hooked me up with Julian, and he's been doing the same as I have. Really, right after Alex was dumped. Basically, he just came to me and he's like, "Hey, man, you should check this thing out. This trigger's pretty cool, you know. I don't know if you heard about everything that went on and everything, but I mean, they're trying to make it work. If you want to come check this out, I mean, this is pretty cool." So Julian invited me over and have a meeting and everything. So I stopped by after work and uh, you know took a look at what he had. Listened to everything he had to say, and I'm like, okay, it sounds good. It's looking good and everything. I understand the whole Alex thing. I get it. People are human. Not everybody in the group is going to be running in line, so I understand that. But really, where it's been for me is just when there's been some questions or some discussions and whatnot. I've offered some thoughts, offered a few opinions here and there, and outside of that, building an AK for Julian here, and that's been really my connection to it. But just offering some thoughts.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, just basic feedback type stuff.
Yeah,
gotcha.
basically.
Which is important along the it's very important along the design process and making sure everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm kind of an AK dude, obviously, and I mean Moose, like insane collector. So I mean, he really did help him out quite a bit when it came to the testing part of it. I mean, brought 20-something AKs down.
Not just quite a bit. Number one, John, you're right, and it's hard to go John to John. So I'll say, can I just call you Focus if you don't mind?
Perfect.
It's tough.
No problem.
But Focus, I tell you this, we Trigger Empire, number one, as we own it right now, wouldn't be where it was without Kevin. Texas Triggers can't be where it is without John and Kevin, to be frank, because not only has there been mentorship on how I handle communication, mentorship on how I need to bring this product to market, but Kevin himself was promised 4 triggers by Alex, which to be honest, when I say by Alex, I say Alex because he, the president of Trigger Empire at the time. We'll make that happen. Texas Triggers will make that happen. But during the development phase, and this is after TriggerCon, Kevin brought over 15 different AKs on his own accord to ensure that this young company would come out great. He left them with me on a handshake, put them in a gun safe. And from there on, that man has earned my trust. Anybody that will leave thousands of dollars of AKs so that we can test with them, that's a significant amount of trust. And I will not break that trust between him and I for anything. And it's the same way with John. That's why he's building my competition AK right now, that he's going to shoot first. I deal in the game of trust. I understand bank accounts and all this other stuff, but if you can't trust somebody, you've got nothing. And I tell you, without these two, I couldn't be there. And without John, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at, being able to speak the way I am and bring this product to market. Without Kevin, we wouldn't have a product that fits, I'm going to say 98% of all AKs.
Right, AKs are kind of special.
They are.
Yeah,
but if you got enough of them, you can try it out.
Really...
So sorry, guys, for talking. Probably I'll leave it to John and Kevin if you want to come on. I apologize, Focus.
Yeah, I mean, it's as it is right now. Really, the only ones they don't work with is underfolders and SAMs that have the thumb safety. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's because the trip bar on the side where the retaining plate is for the trigger pins, it just can't have it there with thumb safety. So hasn't worked that out yet, but that's a Jesus job.
And we're probably not going to get there. So if you own it, please don't buy it, because then you're going to have to send it back and I'm going to refund you.
Well, I have a kind of a question moving back to Alex just a little bit. Could you fill me in a little bit on Alex's background? As far as you know, because I've heard different things about that. So I know he's a very, very young man, early 20s.
He's young. He's 23 years old. Just had his birthday in November. I would tell you this: Alex is an intelligent young man. Got into the University of Texas. Lives here in Austin, Texas. Like I said, he's a smart young man. I don't know very much about. I mean, graduated high school here in Austin. Has a wonderful mother. I would tell you, mother is phenomenal. I mean, absolutely wonderful mother. Alex still lives with his mom. And stepfather, got a wonderful stepfather too. And I mean it. The stepfather's phenomenal, helps veterans out, runs an absolute wonderful organization, to be frank, that takes care of veterans, takes them to, football games, Super Bowls. And it just does an amazing thing. I've got no idea how a young man raised with an amazing mom, single mother for a long time, served in the United States Army, made the rank of sergeant, from Guinea, Africa. She's awesome, to be frank. Alex is young, but at the same time frame, I mean, I just don't know how someone still lives with their mom, drives their mom's car, and can't see the values of which he was raised with, if that makes sense. But I will tell you this: smart young man, want the best for him. We all hope that he someday pays his bills. We all hope someday that he learns that tomorrow's promises don't pay today's bills, and he's got to pay his debts. I mean, he owes debts all over town, and like I told him, I said, when I say all over town, it's not just Austin, but AJ and I said, hey, we can't be affiliated with something like this, and because you've got, I mean, not only does the Second Amendment mean something, the people that stand behind the Second Amendment should mean something. This isn't just a money transaction. This should be a way of life. I mean, there's a reason why it protects, the Second Amendment protects the what? The First Amendment.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Could you talk to me a little bit about this? Because I'm actually curious how this works for you. You've served in the military almost 30 years, serving in the military almost 30 years at this point, and you're also involved in like a F-forced reset trigger that sometimes the ATF doesn't like. Like, how does that work for you? Because I'm interested on your mindset on that.
Yeah, I think it works great. I'll tell you this. I've heard a lot of stuff about the ATF. For me, they're another federal agency, just like the United States Army. The Department of Defense is another agency. I think they've got a good mission set. I think, unfortunately, maybe they overstepped their bounds. At least that's what a judge said. Feel free to come on.
Don't give that info out online.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, you don't know his commenters.
It's fine, but the ATF. I welcome any visit. To be honest, people have talked to me about a gray area. I explained to them it's not gray; it's black and white. In this country, we have laws, and the truth of the matter is the forced reset trigger is legal, point blank. Mm-hmm. And I hope the ATF does what a good federal agency does and returns every trigger that they confiscated, every one of them. I would hate for the American people to lose faith in one of the greatest governments in the world, and that includes this federal agency. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do what you said you were going to do. You were going to do what? Enforce the laws of this country. You don't make up laws. You don't decide policy. You enforce them. Stay in your fucking lane.
So you think they've definitely overstepped in this regard?
No, I don't think so. A federal judge said so, and they need to stay right in their fucking lane.
Right. Understood. Perfect. John, do you have anything to add? I mean, this didn't need to be super long. I think I got basically all the background, kind of where you're going from here. Are you guys going to be at SHOT Show with this product, or is this still?
I wish, believe me, I would. But we're not. Like I said, SHOT Show, phenomenal. Believe me, I wish I was, had everything lined up. But with us taking a step back, as you know, I left Trigger Empire when Alex decided that he decided that we were no longer going to make the components in the United States, okay? And we were going to make them outside of the United States. Now, legally, from what I understand, my brother's an attorney too. He's not a patent attorney, but apparently, if you have components made outside the United States and you put them in a box, okay, you can now say made in the USA. As soon as I found out the components going in the box, which the components are the trigger components, were not made in the USA and we're going to market them as made in the USA, I was out. Done. I'm not doing that. I'm a commissioned officer. And anybody knows it's been out there. It's been a soldier, non-commissioned officer, commissioned officer. Order's got to have three things. It's got to be legal, ethical, and moral. And it doesn't pass ethical or moral. Is it legal? Yes, it is. As my brother told me, he says, hey, brother, you got no dog in the fight. You put it in there, and that's made in the USA. It's not good enough for me. I wasn't going to tell Mr. John Wong, the Rainier Firearms, CEO is good to go. I wasn't going to tell people that I market. I wasn't going to tell SHOT Show. True answer, we're not going to be at SHOT Show. We're probably not going to make K-Bash this year. We've got some reputation building to do. And I'm super grateful for guys like Clay that have given us the opportunity to rebuild a reputation. I'm super grateful for guys like Black Rambo that's given us a chance to rebuild a reputation. Moose, John here, Bama Boys. I can go on a list of people that have stood behind us to be able to rebuild a reputation, bring a product out. So we won't be at SHOT. We won't be at K-Bash with a booth or, a lane or anything like that. But I think what's really important is to earn the trust of the market and put a quality product out there that not only works sometimes, that works all the time, that is made in the United States. And one of the most impressive things that I've asked for each one of our influencers is, hey, don't just trust me. I want you to come down here to Austin, Texas. I'm going to take you to the actual Texan, the American, right, that's putting the component together, that's running the CNC machine, because I want them to see it. And that means something to me. So long story short, won't be at SHOT. I wish I was. I get a lot of pressure to say, hey, can't you speed it up? The answer is no, I won't speed it up. I'm not chasing a dollar. I'm chasing, being able to defend the First Amendment with the Second Amendment. And I'm grateful that I've had a great community of supporters to be able to try to do the right thing. And make sure all 65, 69 people that ordered triggers, that bought pre-sale triggers without even Alex having a product. There wasn't even a product to send to them, man.
Well, that's how much people want these things, right? It's
yeah.
Because I mean,
we'll get it.
Yeah, because I mean, I know there's some new FRTs out that are upwards of like $700.
Not going to happen.
People are buying them, right? So
tell them to hold their money. $374 online, $347 lifetime guarantee. You heard it right here. We're gonna come through with it. Hey, last thing on that is, I expect for people to be able to trace. Now, the next thing is, like, we're doing them in batches, serialized batches. And so let's say we've got an issue with a batch, right? We're going to be able to tell. I mean, there's been some real thought process on quality control, if that makes sense. We're using Athena Manufacturing. And I'll say it again, Athena Manufacturing. They make components that go into the B-2 bomber. They make components that are in the Raphael Iron Dome. So when this is done, it's not out of a CNC machine, out of a backyard. It's not made out of a machine where, I'm hoping somebody gets anything right. These are precision cut parts by people that put things that, into things that fly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't been to one myself, but I am aware of them. I used to work aerospace, so I am aware of them. They actually are a pretty good manufacturer.
That's them right there. You got it.
Yep, Athena Manufacturing.
Yeah,
they do stuff for. I remember I was doing jobs for them for Boeing.
That's correct. Okay. That's correct. And so, when someone says, hey, why is it taking so long? I'll tell you this, Mr. Bill Johnson, who owns it, I've learned so much more than I needed to know, but we know the hardness of every single one of the components. Literally, the hardness. They're batched, serialized by. I mean, it's really been amazing, but we feel
Now,
comfortable with it.
The only thing that raises an eyebrow there when you say serialized is that
I'm
there's now
sorry, I apologize. There's no stamp of a number. In other words, if you get a batch and we end up getting a bad batch, we can actually go out to our consumers and say, "Hey, you got a bad batch.
Oh, okay,
send us
gotcha.
send us the." So I apologize.
I had to
There we go.
address
There,
that
there,
already.
there we
'Cause I knew
go.
where you were going with
My
that
guys are
customer
going to be
data.
like, use the wrong word again.
Yeah,
Yes,
because I was like,
yes,
wait a
yes. So
second, no, serialized
yeah. I got
individual
it.
serial number
No,
matches,
no,
like,
no.
oof, like
Okay,
we don't.
no. Bottom line is,
Yeah,
we
we've
run a
had that
batch
discussion.
that
Customer data is a
doesn't
no.
meet doesn't
Okay.
meet the hardness or whatever.
Yeah,
We'll send them back out.
yeah. No, most products that you buy, like if you buy barrels, it'll have a batch code on it or something like
Yes.
that on it. So their batch codes are pretty normal. So
That's it right there. Sorry, I apologize if I scared anybody or not tracking your hump block or anything like that.
I know I would get in trouble if I didn't say this, but I think personally the best marketing move that you could make, the biggest trust building move that you could make, is to write a check for 10 grand to Alpha Tactical and Mars Trigger. I think that would build an insane amount of goodwill, and it would help them out tremendously as well. And they're
They
a good
deserve it.
hard.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
They absolutely deserve it. How about this? Alex comes on, sends him $5,000 on Monday. I'll send him $5,000. How about this? Let's put that on the table.
Yeah. I mean, I
No,
just think
no,
it's
Monday.
a great...
No, Monday.
Monday, yeah. No, he said Monday. He said Monday.
No. On Monday, on your show, have Alex send them $5,000 and AJ and I will send them $5,000.
It's a deal for me. I just got to get Alex on here.
But I'm in. In other words, I'm in. And I got two guys. I got it's on the air right now.
Perfect. Well, that's the thing. Like, that's why I kind of like doing lives publicly, because a lot of this stuff gets, it's said, it's out there, right? So people now have that info. So, because you've made a lot of really good sounding statements. And so just, now you've made promises to build that trust. You got to meet those promises.
There's no promises. The only promise I've made to you right now is one. I'll send Peter and Jackie $5,000 right after Alex sends it on your show, and we get proof. Not proof of a false, but where Peter and Jackie say, I received $5,000 from Alex Glue, and AJ and I will follow up, and just like you said, we'll do it. I think that's fair.
I think that is very fair.
For it. I can see the audience going, yeah, how about before?
How about the what?
Literally the comments are all saying, how about before, and show them what's up.
Well, do it. How about do it? How about this? If you can get Peter to come online or come show you a receipt where he received $5,000 for Alex before, I'll do it. Point blank. I'm in. I can tell you this. I'm in. Okay. AJ and I are in. Point blank. And I think your heart's in the right place.
Well, yeah, because I personally, I don't have a big investment in this one way or the other, but I want the people that are hurt to be made whole, right? And that's Peter and Jackie.
There's two of them. There's three. Peter, Jackie, and Jesus.
100%.
Like I said, my lifestyle didn't change. AJ's lifestyle didn't change. I'm out 25 grand, 26 grand with interest. AJ's out 75 grand right now, if not more, with attorney's fees. I got it. But his lifestyle didn't change. Those three individuals' lives, their lifestyles, they did change right before Christmas, and it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to, like I said, I'm ready to ante up.
Okay. Well, I'll pass this information off to Alex. There was a next question that I had about Alex. Okay, so the lawsuit with Alex, what is the goal of that lawsuit for you guys?
Well, I would think, what we'd like to do is go ahead and put Trigger Empire to bed. Put it away. That's it. Shut it down. It goes away. We own the patent. We don't want Trigger Empire anymore. And we just want that dispute done.
Okay, and what's the dispute there? Is it an ownership dispute? Is it you wanting to have it shut down? Is that the main goal?
That's correct, and we need the money out of the bank account.
How much money, if that's public info?
Oh, yeah. No, it's public. Like I told you, we froze right around $15,000 in the bank account before, and that's been frozen by Bank of America.
Okay, and so how are you trying to get access of that 15
Oh,
grand
no,
through
no, no.
Alex or?
We can't get access right now. We've had it frozen, and we're going to court January the 9th.
Okay, and so that is final. You and Alex will be in court January 9th.
Absolutely, 100%. As long as he shows up. I know myself and my attorney, AJ and his attorney, and Jesus, and our attorney team will be there.
Okay, and if Alex doesn't show, then you guys win by default, essentially.
I don't know. You know what? Unfortunately, I'm pretty good at being a war fighter, a fire supporter, but I'm a terrible attorney, and I just don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know either, so I'm just guessing here.
Well, believe me, I don't, and maybe somebody here's, a legal beagle and can tell us what's going on. All I can do is I know how to tell the truth. I'll draft my affidavit. I know Jesus drafted his affidavit, so did AJ. Our attorneys drafted it up. I mean, the second thing is Alex has been served. There's also now, criminal charges that have been filed. It's just, and unfortunately, I can't go into an open case, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
One is civil, one is criminal. The civil.
Just out of curiosity, what is the criminal charge?
I wish that I could. I wish I could go into those details,
okay,
if that makes sense.
But
my attorney's asked me not to.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there is a criminal charge, and then there's a civil case, which is the one that I got sent over. So I have
that's correct. Yeah, okay. You're tracking the civil case, and then the other. Since I'm not a detective, or anything of that sorts. But that should sort itself out. And so that's kind of it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that kind of settles everything I think that we can add from there. Before we go, is there anything either of you would like to add?
I'll let
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, of course. No, I appreciate you guys doing this very short notice. Yeah, I just thank you very much, sir, for coming on, spending your evening with us, giving us the rundown on it, and for making the gesture for Peter and Jackie. And when I talk to Alex, we'll see how things go, and I'll let you know.
I find that I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I've got a saying, tomorrow's promises don't pay today's bills. But you have my word. As soon as you've got proof that happens, we will in turn make that happen. I think your gesture was right. Just like we made sure that Jesus was paid, that family deserves to be paid as well. There's no issue there. Like I said, I do wish the best for Alex, but don't want to be associated with a liar, a thief, and someone that just doesn't want to pay their bills. A great mind, but even great minds have to pay their bills. And I'm not one to order Uber Eats. I'm not one to order DoorDash when a partner of mine is having a hard time buying baby food. Food for the young child. It's just 100%. Not in my heart.
100%. Well, I'm going to hang out for a little while on here, but I will say goodbye to both of you, and thank you very much for coming on, gentlemen.
No Thanks. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. You as well. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and hang out for just a little while, do a little bit of a chat. Actually, I mean, if you wanted to stay, John, you could. If not, I'm going to hang out with the chat for a little while, and we'll kind of discuss.
Yeah, I'll hang out with you, man.
Okay, sweet.
I'm chilling. I didn't really have much to say there. I mean, it's not my company. I don't work for them, so I don't really have a dog in the race other than wanting to see a nice trigger out.
Right. So I saw the chat. I was thinking the same thing, guys.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to be like, this would be the best marketing move you can make. 10 grand to this hurting family. That would be fantastic. Mojo, Coke Man's in the house. Support Mars Triggers. Yeah, I was watching the chat very carefully. But also, I wanted to be respectful, obviously, because the Colonel's given up, his evening time with us, which was excellent, fantastic. I was surprised he wanted to come on alive. Fantastic, excellent. Support Mars in the chat. Shout out Kochman, of course. Yeah. So a lot of promises about the trigger, right? There was the mistake. Did you catch that in the chat about February 30th?
February 30th. Yeah.
The mega
extreme leap year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Yeah, because the product at its core, pretty simple product.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah, it's not.
be
I mean, it's not the same as an 8K super safety. There are. I mean, obviously, patent wise, they're not going to do that. That would be stupid. But I mean, there are some differences, and I mean, really, like it's my only dog in the race is just wanted to see a good product come out and everybody be
Sure.
honest. But I can't make nobody do nothing. And
Mhm.
that's the thoughts I offer.
Yeah, I just want the family to be paid, right? Because
Same.
I don't have 10 grand laying around, you know.
Same. Yeah, I know. I got other things to do with 10 grand right now.
Right. Boondock says best way. This is what I said. Best way to fix reputation is to pay who's owed money and fill orders that were already made or return their money. So that was
I
good though,
agree.
because he did say that he was actually. Alex is texting me right now. So
Oh,
hold on. I see him typing because I just sent him a message. So yeah, is to pay who you were filled. So he said if I can get the names of people who pre-ordered Trigger Empire triggers, that he will give them all free triggers, lifetime warranty. That's what you should do, right? That's
yeah.
kind of like the minimum,
I
which is
thought that was a
fantastic.
good offer.
Because remember, yeah, Alex took some, I think it was 65 pre-orders at $675. So it's
Oh my
$35,000.
god.
So there he took 35K. There's only 15K left, which means that there's 20K that is gone from the sales, from the pre-orders, not to mention the investments of, again, nearly $100,000.
Just on the side of it, honestly, hearing Rare Breed last night, having his financials, it does make me curious the number of that DoorDash.
It's got to be something ridiculous.
It
Well, I
sounds
think
absurd the way he puts it. It's like, how
also,
many thousands is this?
well, I wonder if it's from Alex. I see you typing. Just say what you're gonna say, buddy.
Yeah, serious. I mean, come
Anyways,
on in. I got no dog in this.
yeah, everybody here wants to hear you talk, so just come on
Yeah,
in.
I'm just chilling. I'm just some dude, man. I've been reading comments here. Gay
The
Michael
chat
Douglas
wants
is
it.
hilarious.
Um, yeah, he's typing like a novel. Says Clayco. Yeah, you know him more than I do. Focus Trip, you should do a fundraiser live for Alpha to pay some of their short-term bills. I don't have $200 to drop on a trigger right now, but I can send $20 away. Shoot. Let me pull this up. I will put this in chat. I forgot. Richard sent me.
Geeked.
Based Richard sent me the. Alex says, I can just show you this. He doesn't care. So this is what Alex is sending me right now. We'll leave this on the screen. He says, it's gold. I'll be there Monday. He's typing right now. This is live. This is my live inbox. Don't notice anything over there on the right-hand side, left-hand side.
You're here right now. Why not say what you got to say?
I mean, if he's listening, just come on, man. But let me pull up this link and post this in the chat. I should be able to. I'd wait before you send anything to Alpha. Listen, if you're going to send something, just come on the show. You can come in from your phone. I'll send you a link. I'm going to send him the invite link right now. Invite link has been sent. All right. Let's pull that down. Just in case. I sent him the invite link. We'll see.
Start a chant.
Yeah, that's right. Before we get to that, Andrew came in with $4.99. Thank you, sir. He says, won't be able to stick around, but I look forward to the VOD. If Alex comes on, that would make it an amazing stream. Logan Sucks at Shooting for $4.99 says, obligatory super chat. Thank you very much. I'm assuming there's not going to be a live stream this upcoming Wednesday. No, I will be in a Airbnb in Denver, Colorado on Christmas. And then we're flying out the day after Christmas back home. So
Sounds like a nice Christmas.
I'm not making any decisions. He said, I'd heavily recommend you wait till Monday before making any final decisions. I told him the chat wants to speak to him. So he's still there, but I posted that. Did that get into the live stream?
Got a Alex chant going in the chats.
Alex. Let me pin that link, that GoFundMe link. They do have a open GoFundMe that Jackie made. Peter doesn't like the idea of handouts. That is not what he does. But let me pin that in chat. Shoot, wrong button.
It's not a handout. It's just paying it forward.
Exactly. I mean, like, people are sending a few bucks my way. They shouldn't do that. They should go send it to them. They need it infinitely more than I do. So I just pinned that in the chat. That should be at the top of chat. I'm also going to add that to the description of this video, pinned comment, and hopefully in the last stream as well. So if you want to give them a few bucks, that GoFundMe is there. So let me see. Did Alex message me back? He's still typing. So there's a possibility. Now's your chance, Alex.
Yeah, seriously. Now you got people you've met face to face telling you, come on, man. I ain't met you. Like I said, I got no dog in it. Other just want to see a decent trigger out on the market. What they do with their money is what they do with their money.
He says he'll answer the top 3 questions as a sneak preview for Monday.
Big fucking whoop.
Well, so I said just come on for 5 minutes. Give us 5 minutes. Give us a preview. A tease.
Okay. Mad.
Well, so that's another thing is the Chinese manufacturing. That
didn't come up much. That was some scum shit, man. I read that too, and I'm like, bro, you can't do that and then say it's made in America. That's just the KUSA story all over again. Yeah.
Okay, so he said, honestly, I'd love it. So let's see.
Why are you gay?
It's chat. All right, so the Humble Marksman says, Trip, how does it feel to have Alex K on IG madly in love with you? Very strange. Very strange. I would prefer it to what some of the other content creators get in their DMs, though. Mostly, I just have my wife and other people sending me memes. So that's mostly what Instagram is for me.
Yeah, for reals. It's mostly just the AK community either asking me questions or sending me memes with illicit shit all over it. And
unfortunately, they're trying to sue me. I know they're trying to sue you.
Richard Cranium, there's a good one, honestly. That's
I know that's my
moderator.
Not moderator, producer guy. He's not quite my producer, but he does most of that sort of stuff. But
yeah, that's a good one right there.
Well, here, Alex, hop on and just say what you want to say. If you have like a written statement, well,
my favorite Instagram pet account is Morty.
IG is Cantors. Yeah, I wish IG was better. IG is kind of a miserable place. We're trying to get Alex on. He's still typing.
4 out of 5 things you scroll through are an ad.
Well, depending on who you're following, it's all an ad, right?
I guess in the gun industry, that's all an ad at this point. Everybody wants to sell T-shirts. Everybody wants to be a T-shirt salesman these days.
Okay, so he is backing down. So Terribly Tactical for $2 says, who here is ovulating? OMG me. Okay. Okay, top 3 questions. Can you do it on live? He's offering, can you do it on live?
Your producer, I feel that. I'm just a dick on the internet too.
That and OnlyFans ads. Well, that's because Instagram knows what type of person you are, Shadow Force.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those on my Instagram, but
yeah, I think our For You pages are slightly different, sir.
Yeah, for real.
Garand,
get a lot of scam camo or scam surplus ads on mine.
Yeah, no, I get the Temu stuff, like the fake compressors, and like you'll see red dots. And you're like, oh, that looks cool. It's like Temu. It's that's not right.
Did you see the Predator drone? The Temu
Predator drone? No, I haven't seen
that.
I hope it's just a model. That would be amazing.
I mean, dude, the picture they have, it looks like a Predator. It's like, oh my god, man. the world
me
we live in
location
today.
Right. For some reason, all I see are gay OnlyFans ads. Well, I think I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, he's still typing. He's still typing away. So he says he'll answer his top 3 questions, but I want him to do it on the live. Even if he can't stay long, even if he can't talk about much, just come on and do it live. People will hear your voice, see your face, and then we can go into it full bore on Monday.
Yeah, that's a great question. Why not pay Mars when he was selling the product? It's if he was selling it, why not pay them? He had money.
But you can answer 3 questions right now.
Actually, that's what I'm curious about. Why shouldn't people send money to Alpha? They're good people.
Okay, so let me pull this up so you guys can see all of this. Can I get rid of this? I don't want to see this. This is annoying. Okay, well, anyways, we'll do it. So here we go. Ready? Nobody send me anything incriminating in the next 5 minutes. So he says that he can answer 3 questions via DMs. What should we ask him? The first question I want to ask is, where did the money go from investments and pre-sales? That's what I want to know. Where did the money go from investments and pre-sales? Ooh, Saboteur, that's good. Did he care when the Aussie's child didn't have food to eat?
Julian just texted me and said they'll pay $5,500 to Alpha Tactical by noon tomorrow.
Fuck yeah, heck yeah, amazing.
He just said Alex has an hour. Interesting.
Well, is that still contingent upon Alex sending money?
I'll ask him.
Second question, how do you feel about making Peter and Jackie's kids go without food? Question mark. Yeah, so Humble says 135,000 in money and 15K is left. So it's more than 135. It is $100,000 in investments from AJ and Julian. It is 35K in pre-sales, not to mention what he sold cash at shows, because remember, Alpha Tactical gave him 50 triggers over the course of a month or so that were sold, pre-sales at shows that were cash or not attributed to that. Not to mention Jesus, who he was supposed to pay, but Jesus actually helped him pay for things like rent for the penthouse and other things. So
pay the crocodile hunter.
Last one. What's your favorite DoorDash order?
Filet mignon topped with crab.
Oh my gosh.
Julian's asking you to pull him up on the live again.
Who is Julian? I'll pull him up.
Yeah.
Well, he still has an invite. That invite is good if he clicks on that.
Okay.
Oh, here he is. Yeah. Hey, Julian, you're back, sir.
Yeah. Hey, here's the deal. Number one, I didn't create this debt with Peter and Jackie, but I'm going to make it right. Alex comes up with $5,000 in the hour. AJ and I are willing to put $5,500 to Peter and Jackie by noon tomorrow. Hour starts right now. It's 22:09. By 23:09, if Peter and Jackie send you a receipt that they got $5,000, AJ and I will put $5,500. AJ wasn't part of the company when the debt was earned. Neither was I. But we're ready to right the situation. We didn't create this debt, but we're ready to fix it.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, Alex is talking to me right now, but if
tell him to pay the money, talking's cheap. Pay the money. I'll stay on.
Alex is actually here right now. He's texting back and forth with Alex right now on the live.
Well, let's go. Pay the money.
Quick crack in the distance.
Yeah.
Let's pay the money. Let's pay the money right now. And we're willing.
I don't know who Bring Me the Horizon is.
So, hey, Julian's back. Let me
I'm
make sure.
41
Let me
years
make sure
old, dude.
that he knows this. Do I look retarded typing on screen?
We all typo.
Okay, so he knows. So Alex says, for those of you who aren't reading, Alex says, "What's your favorite what's your favorite DoorDash order?" He says, "Ube cheesecake."
I'm gonna look up how much that is.
Man, this ain't a joke, man. There's family out there that needs this money.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is what Ube cheesecake looks like, apparently.
Yeah. Should ask him what his address is in New York.
Well, that's a good one.
I mean, I put my address out there.
Dude, I mean, I work in Austin. I have no idea where to get a fucking Ube cheesecake.
Let's see. Did he message me back? He's currently typing.
Well, there's 2 minutes gone by. At least 58 more minutes for $5,000 to get to Jackie and Peter.
T Swift's martial aid says, "Focus, bound, and determined to read everyone's comments but mine." No, it just happens, man. People's like, if I look away for 5 seconds and you type and then it's gone, right? So it's bad luck, man. Sorry. Yeah, Shadow Force says it's Grimace cheesecake. That is what it looks like.
Where do you get Grimace cheesecake? You make that in Texas?
Well, I think there was the Grimace shake from, I think, what was it, McDonald's or something, the purple one.
What about pecan pie? Does that work still?
Sounds good to me.
Where did the money go? Hawk to a coin.
Yeah, so he's typing on and off, so I don't know if he's going to.
Well, how about this? You just type. I'm sure he's listening. If he's typing, he's listening. I mean, you got 4 minutes have gone by now.
I want to go over here.
Venmo's really quick.
And actually, yeah, if Texas Triggers wanted to donate at all, there is a donation link up right now. Dude could be drunk.
I mean, he could be. Yeah, I mean, I imagine I told him that we were live, so I imagine he's listening to us right now.
Who's that?
Oh, the Hawk's up?
Alex.
No, Alex doesn't drink. He doesn't do drugs. Alex does not drink. He's a good young man like that, and I mean that in the most sincere type of way. That's not Alex.
Can I ask you something? Because I believe when we had Lawrence DeMonico on the show yesterday, 2 days ago, he said that when he went to find Alex in his apartment before he was at his mom's house, he was selling edibles or like Deca 9 out of his apartment.
Unfortunately, I didn't know Alex at that time, and I'm just not. I'm a terrible liar and a good guy telling the truth. I don't know.
Okay, so unfortunately, my PC can't handle the images for whatever reason, but Alex's response to giving Jackie and Peter $5,000 was that I don't want them to get the money. Now, let me see if I can get these pictures. That's what he said. That's what he typed to me. He says that I don't want them to get the money.
Bro had his lights off.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Well, okay. Well, then that says enough. You know, those are hard-working people out there, John.
For real.
No, I agree. That's what I chatted with them. So let me see. I got it. I got it on my phone, Alex. So I just have to email these images that he sent to myself. and then we can pull these up on screen.
What images?
He sent me a couple photos of what appears to be texts.
Let me guess, because Peter told him to fuck off and doesn't want his money. He doesn't want to pay his bill. Is that what we're getting at?
Well, let me see. Let me see if I can find it,
because I can't think of a more cowardice way to not pay your bill.
All right, I got the photos. Let me, once my computer catches up. Don't crash on me now, computer. All right. So did I get both or just one?
Your producer is spicy.
What's he saying? Oops.
Is he not aware of what's happening to CEOs who rip customers off without caring?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so here are the images. Here are the images that Alex just sent me. So this was Jackie and Peter on September 25th. Jackie says, "Hi, Alex. We are with our attorney. We need $5K today or we are screwed. Is there any way of getting the money?" He sends them his email address. She responds, "Hi, Alex. How is it going? Any luck?" He says, "Pretty good. I've raised about half. Should have more by the end of the night." She says, "Okay, thanks." She responds the next day, about 12 hours later, says, "Alex, how's it going?" So Alex failed to pay when he said he would.
It's tomorrow.
He says,
tomorrow.
Yeah, he says, "Great, almost got the full amount." And then on the follow-up, "Have you paid the attorney? Meeting the customer right now. As soon as it's paid, I'll let you know." And then there is this, what appears to be a receipt from Alex via LawPay for $5,000. So it appears that he paid.
He did.
He
did.
The lawyers for $5K.
He did, but they still owes $9,100. So where's that receipt?
Right.
In other words,
so that's
what this has nothing to do with the money that's owed. In other words, this is like when you ask someone a question and they decide to use words that have nothing to do with the question, right? So this just has to do with, let me show you some pictures that are cool.
Right. So I just asked him,
pay the money.
What about the extra $9,100 that they're still owed?
Hey, John, are you tracking? We got 15 minutes or down. He's got 45 more minutes.
He's not going to go. He says Monday, baby. So he is not doing anything before Monday.
Why?
Don't give these people any money. Damn, looking like the good guy.
Wait a minute. Not my bill, not AJ's bill. We're ready to pay by noon tomorrow. Why not? Why can't he? Why won't he pay right now? What's going on?
I don't know why Monday.
Why would somebody that knows they owe money not pay? Because if he said Monday, baby, that means he knows he owes money. So if he wants to wait till Monday, why doesn't he pay him in full on Monday, John? Because right now he gets off half off. Why is he waiting, John? Ask him. He's getting off 50% off, John, from getting help from two guys that don't owe the money. It's the best deal in America, John.
I mean, I wouldn't balk at $5,500 free dollars.
I just want to know what's up with this "don't give these people any money" thing. I mean, they ain't bad people. It's just what they're owed.
Why not pay him right now? I mean, he recognized that he owes them the money. Why does he got to wait till Monday? What's special about Monday?
He said he had some things. Well, let me scroll up. We can see. So he said, "Let's do Monday. If I finish sooner, I'll let you know. I know it's a holiday, but I intend to really give you everything.
What is
just
that?
Not right now." So he says he's working on a project till Sunday night. I don't know what that means. That's all the info I have.
But this has nothing to do with paying Jackie and Peter once again.
I couldn't tell you where his mental state was. I am very excited to chat with him. I wish he would just come on the stream right now and we could settle this.
Ready right now. I'm at my own house that I pay my own bills too.
Well, right, because let's not.
Yeah, I think that chat's kind of assuming that everybody's got this crazy war chest to be throwing around $5,000 here and there.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, if you're taking prepayments, like remember John, well, okay, Focus, you said that prepayments have been taken, money's been taken. So where's the money? You should be able to turn over $5,000.
Well, maybe he's going to say like, "Oh, they froze my bank account, so I can't pay them," even though he had no intention of paying them ever, right? Who knows?
Well, I would tell you this: I don't think that Jackie, and I don't think that Peter are the type of people to make videos of people, because they weren't owed money. And I think everybody's seen that video.
Mm.
Let me ask you this: I don't think you would have said, "Hey, why don't we just pay them the money?" If you thought they were bad people. I think they're good people. They're owed money.
My personal opinion on them from the interactions that we have had is that Peter is an eclectic man who has a true American dream of manufacturing, and he does it to support his family doing what he loves.
Yeah.
And along the way, he made some bad decisions and got in with Alex, who hung him out to dry.
Well,
right. Because if you listen to Peter, Peter's also kind of a man of his word. If you say something, he believes you're going to do it, right?
Hands down.
And Jackie, who is the more, I don't want to say cynical, but the less trusting,
yes,
never particularly trusted Alex.
Ever.
Yeah.
I would tell you this: they trust me enough that he sent me down with one of his firearms, which I returned this past weekend. I think they're good people, to be frank.
Mm-hmm.
Boondock Bad Station has a good point, though. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad people. If you owe them money, you need to pay it.
Correct. Yeah, but we're just talking about their character. We're building them up. So I mean, if I owed them money, yes, we should pay them. But unfortunately, we're not the offending parties in this case.
Well, my deal is this: I don't owe Jackie or Peter a dime. Neither myself nor AJ owe them a dime. We weren't part of the company when the company assumed that debt.
Now,
but
I am curious about that. Could let me just see if I can get this. So,
go ahead.
You two are on. Are you currently on the board, or were you on the board?
No. We are now the board.
Okay. So does that mean you retroactively assume the debts, or how does that work for you?
It can.
Okay.
It can. And like I said, remember, I said we'd pay it. From the very start, I told you we'd pay it. We got to sell some triggers and we'll pay it point blank. And that's where 10,000 came up with, because I know he's owed interest. Peter and Jackie are owed interest. But I'd like to get their money to them tonight. I want to get the money tonight. Let's do it tonight. And let's do it tonight.
I would like to have that ending as well. So Alex says, could you ask the Colonel to return my KP9 and also get him to release his steak seasoning? It's fire.
Fucking clown.
KP, what are we talking about?
Do you have his KP9? It's a Kalashnikov USA 9mm.
I've got no idea what Alex is talking about. What's the serial number on the weapon?
If we could show guns on YouTube, I'd just show you one right now, but can't do that.
No. What I'm saying is let's just show proof. And I mean, the steaks are great, and everybody's welcome to them. But my question is this: it's 5,000. Let's do it, Alex. Come on, pay these hardworking people, Alex. Let's pay one bill.
Oh, you got another person that's been texting with Alex today in the chat.
Who's that?
AKM5 driver.
AKM5 driver says, from a text with Alex, stay tuned for when I get on there. Honestly, I want to let them say as much as possible, as the only person they're really screwing over is themselves. Are you? Well, I don't know if AKM5 driver copy and pasted that correctly, but
right.
Alex seems to be very full of himself. And to think that he's got this all handled when he's bungled over 6 figures, from what I can tell.
And we only want the best for him.
I am very curious. I honestly,
yeah. If it was going that well, nobody would have saw them at a gun show the other day.
Focus. We're now 22 minutes in.
This bill could be paid tonight, Focus. I mean, you came out with you came out right out and said that's what you want to see done. We're ready.
That's the only thing that really matters to me in this situation, right? I mean, if a great AK trigger product comes to market, fantastic. But I would much rather see these guys taken care of in the meantime.
How about this? I'll put this on because Alex isn't going to pay. We sell our first batch of triggers by March. If that works out, I think March 30th. Remember when I said July? We'll do it March 30th.
Okay, March 30th. Let me write that down.
Well, shoot,
I need to have a. Well, I just need to. I'll forget it if I don't.
We'll do it. Remember, I said July, right? And I said we sell our entire first batch, which should be about 2,500. We will pay Peter and Jackie in full by March 30th, as long as I've sold them. Done. Matter of fact, you and I will go hand them that money.
Well, maybe you and John. I'm in South Dakota. I'm a long ways away.
Well, yeah, you're not. I'll pay your ticket.
Come down to Austin. I'll do it.
Game.
Let's take a beer.
Done. How about that? Done and done. Just like I flew Black Rambo up here because Alex couldn't pay for it. And what a nice guy that guy was. He was a hard-working guy.
So I told Alex there's a chance to make this right, and it's now. And he responds, LMAO.
I mean, that's fucked up because, I mean, yeah, he had a chance to actually pay up some debt. He is saying, hey, at least by March 30th, we'll get him paid.
He's typing. It does seem like he's trivializing the situation.
Well, I think Monday night may be interesting with regard to character, and
we'll see about that, I guess.
Makes it. I'd be wondering why there even should be a Monday night if this individual
working on a project.
Well, you know what? There's some good stuff in the chat that they want Peter and Jackie back on. So Monday night, if Alex doesn't show, we're gonna have Jackie, Peter back on.
Yeah, put me back on. I'll tell him right there. Hey, we'll do it.
And if Alex comes on and makes it right, then I think it all goes away.
I
don't think that's gonna happen.
I hope it does.
You have to tell us why, Alex. So Alex is saying that please don't give these people any money straight up, and we simply need to know why. He's not giving us anything.
Yeah. He ain't doing shit.
Well, hold on. Let me send you a picture of I'll send you a picture of the receipt that he owes them.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. It'll be in Jackie's handwriting too.
Yeah, Black Rambo's a hot topic.
Well,
so Alex says they're not selling the truth, and I say you gotta be more specific. Might have spelled that wrong. Don't judge me.
Why does Alex hate Texas legal suppressors? It's a real thing.
Right. He's being very vague intentionally. I think he might actually just be being a showman and trying to build up hype for Monday, or just stalling until he doesn't have to come on Monday. I'll provide evidence Monday, though. Chat, stay tuned.
This is like, we're in the fucking future here, man. Just send it now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Alex, he sent a $2 super sticker, but he forgot to put his message in there. And then AKM for $5 or for $9.99 says, from a text from Alex, stay tuned for when I get on there. Honestly, I want to let them say as much as possible, as the only person they're really screwing over is themselves. RU. I don't know what that RU means, but Logan sucks at Logan sucks at shooting for $4.99 says, Colonel, be the bigger man and pay the $5,500 whether this Alex turd does or not.
Well, that's that March 30th.
I just said I would, but
yeah, he just said he would.
Then don't give this Alex turd a stage then. And like I said, I told you I'd pay it, but I can't pay it until I have product out. I've told everybody on this I'll pay it. I'm not telling you I won't pay it.
You're right here, dude.
So here's the deal. I said I'll pay it. I didn't say I wouldn't pay it.
What is
I'm
this?
gonna
Pay no
come across
attention
and
rule?
moved it from July to March. But I didn't accrue the debt, and I told you I'll pay it. But I've got someone joking and laughing online at a hardworking family.
Nobody wants to silence
Well,
you.
Here's the deal. Then
Pay
focus.
no
Why
attention
give
to the man behind the
him
curtain
the
shit.
opportunity on Monday to come and joke and play?
Well, I am inclined to hear that position, you know,
Yeah.
to be like, I mean, if you don't want to play, then
I want to hear
you
it.
don't. Right. I don't
Yeah.
know what changes between now and Monday that makes it worth it to everybody to hear you talk. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna sit. How do I send these? Do I send you these receipts from Jackie? I'll just send you.
Yeah, if you want to text them either to myself or John, and
Yeah,
we
I'll
can
send them to
post
you
them
this
up.
way. You can put them up.
Yeah. Because from my recollection, like two of them worked at $100 per hour of machine time for like at least 100 hours to get them ready for TriggerCon. Not to mention a lot of the other work that they had done.
Oh, you should ask Peter and Jackie what they did for them at TriggerCon.
Well, I was told that at one point Peter was up for like 50 hours working on it.
You should ask them on Monday how that worked out. Ask Peter about the $300 that Alex handed to him before Peter almost beat Alex's ass.
$300, that's it?
Yeah, he owed him 3,000, handed him 300.
Oh, I saw that shit. Oh my God.
It was an ass whooping waiting to happen.
Nick for $5 says, this kid is a sociopath. He's lying about everything and he won't even show up on Monday. This kid is a con artist. He never had to work for anything.
Hey, but don't worry, man. Hey, how about this? Hey, Alex, where's the money from the 65 folks that you scammed out? Where's that money?
Yeah. He's typing, so he's got something to say.
Hey, well, yeah, but we want to see dollar signs, not words.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Jesus. He'll be here Monday. I'm curious.
Well,
frustrating.
Yeah, Clayco says it went to
delicious desserts.
Yeah, well, Clay's been nothing but an advocate on both sides, to be honest. He's been a friend to everyone in this situation, and that's just the truth.
Well, I think Clay has been very trusting and very reasonable to everyone, right?
No, he's been more than that. He's been honorable the entire time. I hosted Clay here at my house. He came by to check out a new product. He's been phenomenal, and I really do respect his position on everything. He's been a personal AK mentor, just like John has here. I've been looking for AKs. I was new in the AK market, and he helped me out with a really good purchase. And so I've got nothing, no negative, nothing. He's been helpful. John, you've got that $9,100 receipt from Jackie right now. If you want to post that up.
Let me grab that real fast because I think. Did you send it to my number?
No, focus, not to you. I sent it to John.
Sorry. Yeah. If you want to send that to either my Instagram or number, I can put it up on screen.
Can you do that for me, John?
Okay. So I will offer, send it to my email. So send it to my email at gmail.com. So he offered to send me some things privately. I've given him my word that I will keep it private until Monday. I don't know what that would be.
I guess, hey, last time I checked, whenever you're live streaming, you're trying to do it in public so everybody sees it.
Well, yeah, so either way, if he sends me stuff and he doesn't show up Monday, then it just all goes public, right?
Yeah,
that's the deal. Show up Monday or don't.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate your time and your offers of generosity for Jackie and Peter. And March 30th, I got a date.
Let's do it.
Well, and honestly, I hope you do sell out of all your triggers.
Well, no. Let's don't sell out of all of them, but let's get the first 2,500 sold. Let's get Jackie and Peter. Let's get Jackie.
Well, I mean, yeah,
and
the first batch. That's what I mean. The first batch.
Yep. Hey, and don't forget, not only that, we also owe 65. You said 65 to 69 people triggers as well.
I think it's 65, 66, 67, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
So if I can get them to contact me, I'll forward along their information.
Yep. And that's taken. Those will be taken care of as well. And I would just ask that anybody else that's going out to gun shows, please don't be paying deposits. You're paying deposits to nothing because I'm not taking them, and Texas Triggers isn't taking anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dozer.
Thank y'all so much.
Man, we wear cowboy hats inside.
You have a good night, sir. Thank you.
Dozer, we wear cowboy hats inside. It's Texas, man.
Yeah, it's a little different vibe.
Yeah, I know. Mine are downstairs.
Somebody in the chat said that I should give away all of these super chats to the GoFundMe, and that is what's going to happen. So the total at the end of the stream, this was an impromptu stream. So this isn't like a scheduled, like, oh, I'm going to make a bunch of money from this stream. This happened like literally like an hour before we went live.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I think you hit me up this morning, and then I think by the time I was saying I was leaving work, you were like, yeah, let's. It
was like 7:30 when I texted like Julian, I think, and then at like 8 o'clock he was like, let's do it at 9. I think is what we discussed because we had a very short phone call, and I was like, let's just do it live, and so he's like, okay, we'll do it live. So then about an hour put this together. So anything that you donate will go to the GoFundMe. However, if you don't want to give YouTube, well, actually, I'll fund the 30% myself. That doesn't matter. But if you donate to me, then YouTube takes 30% of that. So just go to their GoFundMe, which is pinned in chat. So do that. So I'm looking at my email. I did send him the right one. He hasn't sent me anything yet. focustrip@gmail.com. That's me. You can't message me while I'm live, guys. It's going to pop up. I wish there was a way to hide this stuff.
I know, right?
Can I? Yeah, but I can't do it on desktop. So.
Check the snake. Check the snake. Brush your teeth, for goodness sake.
Yeah. German Sherman says, I joined this stream at 45 minutes in. I genuinely have no idea what is being talked about or what any of this is about. So let me see if I can get you some background. So this gentleman in the middle, this is Alex, this guy right here. Alex sold triggers. And this is Jesus on the left. Jesus is the designer. Alex is in the middle. And this is Luke from TFB TV. At TriggerCon, they showed off this AK forced reset trigger, which was, I think it won most innovative product at TriggerCon. Now, if you look here, you can see again Alex on the left, Jesus, and this is Julian on the right. At TriggerCon wins best accessory or most innovative accessory at TriggerCon. So great for that, right? Unfortunately,
he stole all that money and he's got that jacket, man.
Well, unfortunately, that trigger was made by a channel called Alpha Tactical. And they have these videos say, I call BS, TriggerCon, FRT. This is, you can see that is actually, what's his face, Alex, shooting the AK at the Alpha Tactical Mars trigger place, because they actually made the triggers for TriggerCon. I believe they made roughly 50 triggers or something like that. They are owed tens of thousands of dollars, not only at least $10,000 in terms of hours, not including materials and all of the other stuff. They fronted all of this because Alex told them over and over and over again that he was going to pay. They had their lights shut off. They ran out of food. They had to go to their church and beg for like canned goods so that their children could eat. I had them on the stream. Let me see. Actually, if I just type that in again, they should pop up on my stream somewhere. Well, this is my channel. We can see this live. This is the Ouroboros of lives. Last night, we had all of them on. We had Lawrence on, John was here, Clayco is on, and then there is Peter and his son Jordan. So if you want the entire story of how this Alex character has weaved throughout everybody's different story, because again, originally Lawrence wanted him because Lawrence tracked him down because he was selling a infringing trigger on the rare breed FRT, right? So Lawrence actually has experience with tracking down this Alex character. So Lawrence jumped on the live stream last night.
It's wild.
Yeah, so the story just keeps getting wilder and wilder, right? So yesterday, all this happens. Today, I talked to Julian. Alex is messaging me during all of this. Everything gets a little wacky. So still waiting. Okay. The Humble Marksman says, donated to the Bluey family. Actually, yeah, one of my favorite comments on this video. Let me see if I can find it. It's like something like this is, oh, here it is. He says, this is the weirdest episode of Bluey I've ever seen. Yeah.
I love
Well,
Bluey.
yeah, no, we understand. Yeah, it says trying to encourage generosity, not get kudos. Yeah. So if you're going to donate to them, you can super chat here and I'll give it to them, or you can just go give it directly to them. Right. So I would recommend doing that. Okay. And well, actually, since we're here, we can read this. So this is actually the case of AJ and Trigger $75,000. So AJ gave Alex $25,000 on October 27th. Right. So this whole thing fell apart 4 weeks. Right at 4 weeks. However, the defendant failed to disclose various material facts to Velador during their negotiations, namely that the company was massively in debt. In fact, the defendant failed to disclose that many vendors and retailers were owed large sums of money. The defendant failed to disclose that their credit processor was holding 50% of proceeds from sales due to a large volume of customer chargebacks. That is that original, as it actually says a little bit later, the defendant had been paid for 66 units and not shipped them. Now, remember, that is 66 units at $675, which I think is like 38K.
Yeah.
38K or something like that. That's a lot of money. So additionally, the defendant failed to disclose the fact that he had not paid either of the two existing shareholders, officers, at the time defendant and Velador were negotiating the terms of their agreement. Defendant had already failed to pay Officer Colonel Julian Urquides and Officer Jesus Guerrera not only their agreed compensation, but also owed large amounts of expenses they had been paid for at the defendant's behest. So they had been giving him money, paying for different things, not to mention the incredible investment amounts. So over time, plaintiff Velador became aware of additional facts that gave him serious reservations about continuing in business with defendant Glue. Velador's beliefs in this regard were only reinforced when on November 16th, defendant Glue came to Velador in an attempt to gain his support and assistance for the purpose of defrauding Colonel Urquides out of money owed to him under their agreement. Velador refused, and subsequent actions led to the instant suit. Yikes.
Big yikes.
And then this is the affidavit of Julian. And then there's another affidavit that we have from Jesus. I believe that's the other one you sent me as well, where it talks about how much money he was owed, how much money he was out, and whatnot. Absolutely wild.
So he just tells a story basically that he told us here. It's basically the story he told us right there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's pull that down. All right. People are messaging me. All right. I think there was one more. Josh for 665 says, Colonel giving me MGS anti-hero vibes with the Stetson, also 33% offset for the Google tax. Well, so whatever you give, that's the number I'm gonna give, right? So I'm gonna give the full 665, just whatever the total is at the end of the night. I'll just give that, and then I'll eat the 30%. So the more you give, the more 30% that I eat. Don't worry about it. That's my personal donation. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about all of this? Because he is not messaging me anymore. There doesn't seem to be much more going on.
I do wonder if this is going to happen on Monday. I mean, I'm pretty skeptical, but I suppose we'll see.
It's a wacky situation.
I have no involvement with the company like that. I'm getting a message that said, set me up with one of these and I'll send you my recipe for purple cheesecake. Like I ain't part of that, man. That's
it looks like it's not. I mean, everybody in the chat saying it's not going to happen. So let's see. Detective John says it's not going to happen. Clayco says it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Rachel says he's a coward.
So Alex has offered to call me after the stream. The stream is going to be unlisted or private for a short amount of time because I actually do need to go back and edit out his address so that people can't.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I've never seen anybody dox themselves live, but I mean,
well, that was my bad. Sorry, I did not pre-screen that document. I probably should have. 252 in chat. Trip, get a poll going for the Monday stream. Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so let's see. Let's create a poll here. Let's see. Ask the question. Does he show on Monday? Yes or no? Nope. That's good. Sorry. Get up. Start poll. There you go.
Yeah.
Does he show on Monday?
Yeah, and Moose is right there. He won't always tomorrow. He actually has more connection to this than I do.
Which one is Moose?
Moose 66.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he won't always tomorrow.
I mean, honestly, if he wants to come on, he might even be able to explain a little more that I can't. Because, like I said, I just offered some thoughts because I just want to see a good trigger to the market. That's it.
I mean, Moose, yeah, essentially, because the idea is good, right? It's an FRT. It's a force reset trigger for an AK. It's cool. If it comes to market, great. I just want to see the family Alpha Tactical Mars trigger taken care of.
Yeah, same.
That's the main thing.
But I think really one of the reasons I'm speculating that he was saying March 30th is because I do know they get their first production prototypes in January. So, obviously they want to make sure they actually work.
Okay, let me see.
So, yeah, I get it. Just speculating, though.
Okay. So, Moose, if you want to join, just let me know. Other than that, let's see. What is that chat at? 80? You guys are not optimistic. 88% no.
88% no, damn.
89% now. It's getting worse. Tim Kennedy has more Purple Hearts than this guy has morals. Well, they're both at 0, so.
Yeah, I've been following a little bit of that too this week. See, now the ultimate would be get Pronka on with Kennedy. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, they love each other. I was actually listening to an old podcast. Colonel Julian just hopped back on. I think it's because it's getting close to that hour mark. But I was listening to a podcast with Matt Pranka and Ben Stager, and they were talking about Tim Kennedy and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Great conversation, because Matt was being Matt, very much so. So I think that would be an awesome conversation to host.
Yeah, that would. Oh my God. Honestly, Branko with a lot of people would be a real good conversation. Shit, Travis Haley.
Dude, that was a good time. I kind of want to talk to Travis Haley, because he has some really like far out there, like not necessarily beliefs, but just the way he thinks about shooting and all that stuff. Like it's very like, I don't know. I don't know if it's high level. Yeah, it's interesting. So I kind of want to talk about that.
Yeah,
Colonel,
yeah.
you're
I don't want to
currently
hear his
muted right now.
stories though. I don't want to hear
Right.
his stories because I don't think he point blanked a dude with a grenade launcher.
Oh, it's now it's at 90-10. Colonel, you're muted. You're on stream, but you're muted. So if you did want to be on here, just let me know.
Oh no, I was just I wanted to find out if AJ and I needed to wire $5,500 over to Peter and Jackie because Alex paid the $5,000.
What?
No, no. That's. I don't think that's going to happen. Alex wants to have a conversation with me after the stream. I think that's fine.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So, I think we're basically there now. I think we're about to end it basically, and then we'll move on from there. So,
no problem. I just wanted to be a man of my word that if it happened during the live stream or in the hour, that AJ and I would come through. But seems like again, somebody that owes money doesn't want to pay money, and those that don't owe the money are going to have to clean up some more debts.
100%. And that's the messy situation that it looks like right now.
That's okay, but you know what? The good part is this: we're lucky to live in the United States. We're lucky to have a great Constitution. We're lucky to have the Second Amendment that protects the First Amendment. I appreciate what you do for us. I love that you do this, not one-sided, two-sided, three-sided, but hear all sides of the conversation. I just want to come back on and say thanks so much.
Well, I appreciate it, sir, and I appreciate you giving up your time. Yeah, anybody that wants to come on and talk about this stuff, I am more than happy to, because the more information, the better, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Well, let me pull it up here. So right now, the chat revenue from this stream was $40.60. I'm just going to make that an even $50, and that's going to cover, of course, the 30% as well, all that sort of stuff. And I'm just going to make that donation to them. So that's from you guys. That's not from me. That's from you guys. But with all of that out of the way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Peace off. Wrong button.